right, let's hit the
It
field.
is Friday, September 19th, and the Yankees were taking on the Orioles in Game 2 of a 4-game set in Baltimore. Will Warren was on the mound trying to bounce back after a tough start. My recap and your reactions coming up next. This is Pinstripe Territory.
Just wanted to talk, that's all.
How's it going, everybody? Welcome back. Welcome back. If you are here after this game on a Friday night, you are among the hardest of hardcore fans, no doubt. Obviously, games right now are not super duper, I guess, I don't want to say important, but they're not going to change that much for the Yankees. They're going to be in the wild card round. But I just realized that my audio is playing on the other computer again, so I'm going to have to go to an early ad again tonight. But the fact that they are playing so lifelessly has got to be concerning. I had Eric Kratz on about a week or two ago, and he said that when you get into a city, really early in the morning, it doesn't necessarily affect you that day, but it gets you the next day. And that's when you can see teams be a little bit lifeless. So I'm going to go ahead and quick and do the DraftKings in the first part of the show tonight. Then we'll be back with the recap, and we'll talk Jazz and 30-30 and all that. And then we're going to talk about Spencer Jones. I'll be back in 60 seconds. Your season, your shot. The NFL season is rolling, and every touchdown can bring you closer to a payout with DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NFL. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use code FOUL. That's code FOUL to get $200 in bonus bets instantly when you place your first $5 bet. Plus over $200 off NFL Sunday Ticket from YouTube and YouTube TV in partnership with DraftKings. The crown is yours.
Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. In New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. In Connecticut, help is available for problem gambling. Call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org. Please play responsibly. On behalf of Boot Hill Casino and Resort in Kansas, fees may apply in Illinois. 21 and over. Age and eligibility varies by jurisdiction. Void in Ontario. Bonus bets expire 7 days after issuance. See sportsbook.draftkings.com/promos. NFL Sunday Ticket offer for new subscribers only and auto renews until canceled. Digital games and commercial use excluded. Restrictions apply. Additional NFL Sunday Ticket terms at youtube.com/go/NFL Sunday Ticket/terms. Limited time offer.
All right, let's go. Let's get it going.
All right. So it was a sluggish and sloppy night for the Yankees in Baltimore. And I hate to say it, the umpires were trash. I get tired of saying it. We say it way too often. But the Yankees didn't help themselves out. They didn't get their first hit until the 6th inning. It was a base hit by Wells. Warren threw the ball okay, but didn't get much help from the defense tonight. Jazz got to 30-30, his 30th home run, so we'll give him a nice, polite round of applause. I know he didn't get the big hit tonight, but trust me, he's getting close. Giancarlo Stanton just missed a home run in the second inning. That was the second time in the past few days that he has hit one to the warning track, and, he just got under that ball. You saw him kind of display the emotion, which he doesn't do a lot. He's usually kind of a cool customer, and the fact that he knows he just missed it, I think he's getting close. And just 8 days out from the postseason, or 8 games out from the postseason, those nuclear isotopes, they should be percolating in nuclear Stanton right around the time that the Yankees are playing in the wild card round, which I will absolutely take. Trevor Rogers for the Orioles tonight, got to give credit where credit's due. He was just dominating, no-hitter through 5. Wells got the hit. And then Goldschmidt almost hit the ball out of the ballpark, but nice catch and left by Dylan Beavers. And then he took a base hit away from Aaron Judge. And when you're fighting for the batting title like Aaron Judge is, every single one of those gets your attention. Sinking line drive, he came in, made a nice diving catch. Hey, what are you going to say?
Stellar defense.
Nice play. What are you going to do? Things did get ugly for the Yankees in the 6th inning. Ground ball right back to Warren, gets by him. Slow roller to Jazz Chisholm at second base. And he tried to do the glove flip, right? The glove flip to second base, or to first base. But it didn't go well. And 2, you should only do that if you've done it a gazillion times in practice and it can't go wrong, right? It's like juggling knives. Don't do it unless you're really, really good at it. Anyway, he made up for it the next inning with a 2-run jack, 30 home runs on the season now for Jazz Chisholm. That joined Alfonso Soriano and Bobby Bonds as the only Yankees to go 30-30. But Yankees had a chance in the 8th, tying runs in scoring position. Stanton hit a slow ground ball to third base. And, when Stanton has to beat something out to make it happen, it's just not going to happen.
But you ain't got no legs, Lieutenant Dan.
He's very slow. Yankees lose this one. Collaborative Filmwork says, should we be concerned that Judge may not hit 2 more home runs in the regular season? Why would we be concerned? I mean, if he does, he does. If he doesn't, he doesn't. 49 is still a good total. 48 is still a great total, right? I think he will get 2, but I mean, it doesn't really mean that much for him to get to 50. I mean, it's just it's numbers thing, bookkeeping thing. He's not going to pass Cal Raleigh. I don't think it's all that important. Anyway, E-Money says, how did Warren boot that ball? I think that sometimes when a ball's hit very slowly, it can have like lots of weird English, because if you barely make contact with the ball, I mean, let's say just barely tick the top of it, right? It creates like a really, really tight spin on the grass, and it can kind of like be, kind of bouncing around weird or like spinning around. It just has weird English. And I think that could be what happens. But anyway, Joe Higashi says, if he does, he does. I like it. But I think Judge is definitely getting to 50 home runs. Will Warren, I thought threw the ball pretty well today. Did not get a ton of help from his defense, though. He gave up the home run to Ryan Mountcastle, which was an absolute nuke in the second inning. He got drilled by a comebacker in the bottom of the third, but stayed in the game. Obviously, deflected with his glove. That was good to see. Those are always scary, no matter where they hit you. But the fact that he was able to, deflect it was big. Brian Bashman says, can we get the Robert De Niro, you blew it sound effect for Copeland? Jazz 60, Judge 60. I'll look it up. You blew it. Oh, I think we got some De Niro on here somewhere. I'm sure we got a few De Niros. I will try and find some good De Niro stuff because he's just so quote worthy, right? Let's talk a little bit about Spencer Jones. We're going to have this an early night. 35 home runs for Spencer Jones, and I was diving into his numbers today. I wanted to kind of check in now that we got a full season sample size on, the strikeout rate and, how he's done moving from AA to AAA. His average this year, pretty good in the minor leagues, 274. It was 274 at AA. It was 273 so far at AAA. The on-base percentage and slugging percentage have both dropped off about 50 points from AA to AAA, not unexpected, going to a tougher level. 33.65 strikeout ratio at AA, 37% roughly at AAA, so that ticked up a little bit, but not an enormous amount, but that's still a very high number, and I'll give you some examples later, because we've had people say, well, what about this guy's rate? What about that guy's rate? I'll give you some examples. He has had, the usual dip in some numbers, but the home runs have been good. Home run every 10.9 at-bats at AA, home run every 13.4 at-bats at AAA. And I've been thinking about the situation the Yankees face next year because with Bellinger and Grisham both free agents, Bellinger has an opt-out, but you can assure that he's going to use it. Your number 2 prospect is a center fielder. How are the Yankees viewing him? How are they viewing this season? How are they thinking about configuring things next year? Because if you re-sign one of these guys, let's say you re-sign Grisham, okay, or you re-sign Bellinger and put him in center field, that blocks Spencer Jones. And you don't want to block a guy who's already 25. And, they're either going to use him next year as a 25-year-old like they did with Aaron Judge when he got to about the same age and was ready, or they're going to deal him. Because hitting 35 home runs in the minor leagues is not doing him any good. He's probably ready to play somewhere. But if you take the standard, get a little bit worse at striking out, going from AAA to the majors. Let's say he goes from 37% to 40% in the major leagues. Will he hit for enough power to justify that kind of strikeout rate? Someone commented today, but Derek, the great Shohei Ohtani has a high strikeout rate. It's like 25%. Spencer Jones would trade his firstborn son to have a 25% strikeout rate. And then somebody else said James Wood, Nationals stud, struck out 210 times this year in 655 plate appearances. That's a 32% strikeout percentage. So if Spencer Jones got 650 plate appearances, okay, and had a 40% strikeout rate, that's 260 strikeouts. I think that's too many, and my gut tells me that fans would hate that, even if he hits a bunch of home runs. But it's something to think about over the next, weeks and months, because we're going to have to build a roster next year, and it'd be interesting to see, what the Yankees decide to do. Let's see here. Brian says that that Grisham hit a home run last night. Yes, he did. Jay Apollo says that Belly can play first base and have Rice be the primary catcher. That's what I'm leaning towards. Austin Wells would then become your backup. I think, a lot of Wells' value is defensively and framing, and some of that's going to go away next year with the strike zone challenge system. He does have some pop. He did drive in a bunch of runs this year, but I think Rice is a better hitter. But then you have to consider, what Cal Raleigh did this year is an outlier. Most catchers aren't able to sustain that type of offensive production. Would Ben Rice, getting beat up as much as a catcher does, be able to hit at that kind of, high production level if he was catching all the time? Would you rather just him be the next line and sweet swinging lefty first baseman, and then you play Bellinger in center field, and then you probably deal Jones somewhere, maybe for some pitching? There's a lot of different ways that you can go with this. But we only got one voicemail tonight.
It's just a reaction.
And it is from MB.
Hey, it's Mary Beth. And not only do I think Joe Girardi is the best, I love him in the booth with Michael Kay. I love him in the booth. He just called that Chisholm 30 home run. So it breathes life into this team. And you know what? Maybe we give, even if we lose or even if we win, maybe we give Jazz the belt because he's 30-30. All right, y'all. Go Yankees. Love your show. You know that. Bye.
Appreciate that, Mary Beth. We're not going to give him the belt. We're not going to start that tradition, but we will give him a little recognition. Excellent. With the little Arnold. But yeah, nice accomplishment going 30-30. You would have liked to have gotten it in a win, but there's still a three-way tie atop the belt standing. So I was thinking that, if the Yankees won tonight, we would have had a clear leader, but with 8 games left, we still need to decide who is the belt champ. Let's take a couple final comments from the audience here. Raymond says, change Spencer for Skeens. I'm sure. Oh, yeah. I'm sure that the Pirates would just absolutely make that deal.
Don't smoke crack.
Anyway. Can Girardi stop saying Oppo Popo, please? It's so annoying. Hey, I say the same thing, man. I say the same thing. I say actually Oppo Boppo, but I have said Oppo Popo, but that was mean. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to call it an early night. Tough night for the Yanks, but enjoy the rest of your Friday evening. I am going to finish watching Star Trek Nemesis. I'm watching my way through some older movies and just kind of enjoy the rest of my Friday. But the Yankees play again tomorrow night. I will be on for that. And then we're going to start bringing back the voicemail shows and stuff here as the season winds down. In the playoffs, we're going to do 2 shows per day. Morning voicemail show, and then evening, obviously, the post-game. So we're starting to ramp back up here. The season is winding down, but the podcast's getting ready to ramp back up. We'll see you next time. If you enjoyed this content, please hit that like button and subscribe. Check out NYYDesigns.shop for some great merch. Support our sponsors. It helps keep the show going. And you can find us on all major audio platforms, so be sure to subscribe there too. But most importantly, come back again soon. We'll see you next time.